Adelaide. I'm Sandra Straulich, the chair of this event. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see so many of you. Now, to open the 2018 conference, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Jack Buckskin, who's going to do the Welcome to Country. Please make him very welcome.
Good morning, how are we all? Really excited for a Monday. I don't know why I asked that question on a Monday. I get the same response every time. Those that don't know me, my name is, everybody calls me Jack, but my mum gave me the name Vincent. And I like to educate a little bit of people that, especially the guests, I give a special welcome to people that come from interstate or overseas, and give you a little background around this part of the country, and I guess that's our obligation when we're providing a welcome to country as well. My Aboriginal name is Ganya Pundondo Itpina Kudnawicha, breaks up into 3 smaller names. I don't expect you to get all of that in one go. Ganya is my individual totem, and all of us as individuals have a responsibility to look out for, other than our country and our family, but to look out for a certain animal totem or being, and mine is the rock. A little bit boring when I got given that one, because I got a nephew who's a shark, a snake, a goanna, and everybody got all these cool ones, and I got given the rock. I asked my mum, why you give me this one? Like I wanted something cool like Bat or something, you know, like Batman or Spider-Man. Or she goes, eventually you look like this guy called Dwayne. That's my dad joke for the morning. Anyway, I'll get that one out of the way. The second part of it is Pundu Undu Itpina, and we derive our names from our children. Every youngest born child we have, we inherit our name from them. So in English, I've got 2 sons. Vincent, I gave one of my names to one of my sons, and then I had the next boy, I go, well, I'll call him Jackson. So I've got both of my boys named after me because I actually inherited my name from them. My youngest born is Bundundu, the dragonfly. So I become Bundundu Itpina, the father of the dragonfly. I'm still getting used to it after 2 years because your name just keeps on changing. So hopefully no more, or I've got to get used to another name. And then Kudnawicha tells you that I'm number 3 in my family. So Kanya Bundundu Itpina Kudnawicha, if you say that together, it sounds like it sounds really cool. So for me, I represent 3 different Aboriginal groups: the Adelaide Plains here, which are the Gurrana people, the Narungga from over on the York Peninsula, and Wirrangor, if you keep on going west. Just don't get into Western Australia, stay within South Australia. My dad's side is Italian and Scottish as well. I pay respect to my dad as well, for otherwise I wouldn't be here. The reason why I tell you my name, where I fit in my family, that's protocol and how Aboriginal people introduce ourselves and introduce each other. Now that you know who I am, I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome you to my grandmother's country. This place here, a lot of people know it as Adelaide, but we call it Tarndaganya. It's the original name for this place, which is the dreaming place of the big red kangaroo. And so the place that we stand on is quite significant, because only the Tarndaganya, the actual rock of the country, was only, we used to live in the banks of the River Torrens before it was quarried to build the Holy Trinity Church across the road. So it's still pretty close. If you look out the window, you can probably still see it. So for us, we'd like to take the opportunity to welcome you to this part of the country, and I stand here proud today in order to be able to do that. I'm the first person to be able to stand up here and speak language and practice culture freely in my family. So to stand here today and provide a welcome, and as a representative of my family, I take the opportunity and thank you for allowing me that as well. So in saying that, I'll welcome you to country, and I'd like to welcome you as in language as well. So nganari pinchini to kanya pundu itpina kunu wajabakani ngai tangi wulta kana naranga wirango miung. Ngai chutakutina bukianaku kumpariatanga yata pandi natangadlo tanda nyanga tikandi. Wanga warigani yama. Mario changa ngachu bukyana board kana kumgana mini yalara nga wangal di marni ng board ni ngadlu ko yata na ngadlu ko yung andalya yakan andalya marni ngadlu tampandi ngadlu gani yata ngatikandi. So it's good that we acknowledge country wherever we go, and me as a Kaurna person, my country is 30 k's out from here. Coming into the CBD, I'm also a visitor to the city of Adelaide and to the lands of the Tarndaganya. But as a Kaurna representative, get that right, it's Monday, let me have that, I welcome you to Kaurna country. So enjoy the rest of your time here, and the reason why we do that is hopefully you're now welcomed spiritually on country, and you'll be looked after while gathering here. So brothers and sisters, thank you.
Thanks so much, Jack. It's terrific to welcome so many wonderful organisations and partners and people, such as Minister David Pisoni, Department of Industry and Skills, City of Adelaide, the Lord Mayor Martin Hazy, Austrade, all the people representing Uni SA, Adelaide Uni and Flinders University, South Australian Museum, South Australian Film Corporation, my fellow board members, and all of our friends from the innovation, games, and tech worlds. Hybrid World Adelaide has primarily been enabled through the partnership of our principal and founding partner, Events South Australia. So I'm especially pleased to introduce to the podium to open our 2018 conference, the Honourable Mr. David Ridgway, Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment. Please make him very welcome.
Well, good morning, everybody. Firstly, let me acknowledge my parliamentary colleague, the Honourable David Pisoni, Minister for Industry and Skills, of course, the Chair of Hybrid World, Sandra Stralik, Robert Tershek, the Creative Director of Hybrid World, Rodney Harricks, the Chief Executive of the South Australian Tourism Commission, Hitaf Rashid, the Executive Director of Events SA, I think Mr Mark Duffy from the Department of Industry and Skills, the Hybrid World Lab Partners, the University of South Australia and Tech NSA, Dr Jane Lomax-Smith, the Chair of the South Australian Museum, members of the Marshall Government Business Advisory Council, international guests attending Hybrid World, and the exciting, forward-thinking, proactive industry leaders, so that probably covers nearly everybody in the room. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's interesting, we often think, what will the future look like? What will Adelaide, what will South Australia, what will the world look like? And I think the event such as Hybrid World gives us a chance to look into the future. And Hybrid World in Adelaide is a meeting place and a thought starter for industry leaders, innovators, potential investors to explore the future of digital technology and the impact it can have on their lives and our lives. In its second year now, Hybrid World welcomes international and Australian experts to explore and discuss ideas about space tech, artificial intelligence, robots, gaming, smart cities, agri-tech and augmented biology and more. And Amanda was telling me as we came in that the weekend event was double the number of attendees from last year, and I suspect we're in a much more central location, and the South Australian public have supported the event by coming here into the convention centre. And the South Australia is committed to being part of the conversation and the solution to the challenges that can be overcome through technology. The state government is focused on growing Australia's export opportunities, increasing investment and developing business focused on new technology and innovation. We are proud to support this festival through the state government. Adelaide has embraced the startup and tech innovation industries. This is a city where running a cost-effective business is possible and bold ideas can thrive. We know that the startup industry worldwide takes great leaps forward in the way we live, helps us take great leaps forward in the way we live, work and play. And here at Hybrid World, we are keen to know what is next after the next innovation, after the next disruptive technology and the next industry leaders who will shape this for a global market. South Australia has a chance to be a trailblazer in the field of technology innovation. We anticipate Hybrid World will create networking connections that will work and can be imagined, and will create networking connections so that new work can be imagined and developed here in South Australia. So we also hope that you can look at South Australia as a city and a community and an economy that fosters new opportunities and new industries. So it's a very much pleasure to open the conference, and I hope you have a successful conference, and I look forward to hearing all of the wonderful results and the new ideas that come from the conference. All the very best for the conference.
Thank you, Minister, for all your support of Hybrid World Adelaide. The board and I greatly appreciate the entrepreneurial and creative spirit that's very much defined your support of this event. The South Australian Tourism Commission, through Events South Australia, has also been an incredible support throughout the Hybrid World journey. It was their original vision that saw this idea grow and also grow into the invigorating and diverse industry and public program that you've seen over the last 3 days, I hope, with more to come as we start the conference. So deep thanks and respects go to Rodney Harricks and Hitaf Rashid for very much spearheading this event, and also Mandy Milligan and Brian Gilbertson for supporting us day to day. On Friday and Saturday, the Hybrid World Adelaide Development Lab was presented, and I would like to thank the Department of Industry and Skills and Tech in SA as well for their vital support in the establishment and the administration of that particular development fund. And also for hosting the lab. Thank you, the University of South Australia's Innovation and Collaboration Centre and Ignite SA. We also thank all the wonderful mentors in the lab and are in awe of the extraordinary 14 projects that have made their way through to the two-day workshop. And we look forward to seeing a selection of those projects at the pitching competition later this afternoon. To the Department of Industry and Skills, special thanks for your incredible support. I would like to acknowledge Mark Duffy, Adam Reid, Andy Dunbar, Ryan Shepherd and Stephanie Wasley. We acknowledge also the support of the City of Adelaide's 10 gigabit Adelaide network, Australia's first 10 gigabit per second fibre optic network, currently being installed in 1,000 commercial buildings across the city. The digital and real-life presence of Hybrid World has been felt through the extraordinary work of all our major partners. A very special acknowledgement to Novatech, who has brought the conference and the water screen to life with their light, and INEX for working with Hybrid World and the Adelaide Film Festival on our websites and also our digital box office. And for all those stories being uncovered, special thanks to our media partners, especially major media partners, The Advertiser and Channel 7. A really big thank you to you. There are many incredible partners who have supported the vision of Hybrid World, and a huge thank you to you. Just want to acknowledge them now. Thank you, each and every one of you. You really have made this possible. I would also like to thank the programming team behind this event, especially Alison Kershaw and Olga Nowicker, and for the marketing campaign and strategy. Many thanks to Laura Vosso and her team. Special acknowledgement to Jeff Cobham for creating the physical wonder that is Hybrid World Adelaide here at the Convention Centre, and also to Nation, our creative agency, for creating the fabulous look of this event. I would also like to acknowledge the joint collaboration between the Adelaide Film Festival and Hybrid World Adelaide, headed, of course, by our wonderful Amanda Duffy, CEO, and Fiona Hook, General Manager. And now to get things going, so we're all poised to discover, as the Minister said, what's next after next. Space, AI, robotics, drones, ag tech, the built future and the imagined future. And please, during the break, please go and have a look at all the exhibits in the foyer. But to get things going now, welcome to all our very, very special guests who have travelled from Australia and from around the world. Thank you for bringing your industry insights and knowledge and fresh thinking and ideas to this collision of reality and the digital world. And to kick off this morning, please give a very, very warm welcome to the Creative Director of the Industry Elements of Hybrid World Adelaide, Mr. Robert Tersack. Robert, over to you.